Hey guys, such a warmonger here, and you're watching 3 versus 3 Kingdom of Heaven. Attackers versus defender scenario, and over on the attacking side, you got myself, such a warmonger, as player 3 in green, playing as the Turks. You've got Dominic in blue, playing as the Persians, and Darth Nox in cyan, playing as the Saracens. So the attackers are the Ayabids. On the defender's side, we've got Tactical Doll in gray, playing as the Teutons, Pendragon in orange, playing as the Teutons, and Leto in red, playing as the Teutons. So a pure, homogeneous Teuton defending force. Alright. So, looks like the attackers have deployed close to where they started. Darth Nox is branching out a little to the left, but I guess we thought this is already a pretty good position to attack from. Now, from this position, we can threaten attacking this area, maybe threaten this gate, maybe even stretch out further and threaten these gates. At least whoever the right flank is can do that. And over on this flank, we can threaten, of course, this postern and this gate as well. That's the most immediate threats, so maybe that's the plan of attack. A little harder to threaten any other part of the city. Okay, so in this version, there's been a major change. So every point can be captured only by infantry this time. So like gates, towers, posterns, strong points like Tancred's Tower, these can all only be captured by infantry, like even the Tower of David or Al-Aqsa Mosque. Any type of unit can defend them, so like cavalry, archers, and infantry can defend the point if they're in the same zone, but only infantry can capture it. The only points that cavalry can capture, or archers, are the Dome of the Rock over here, the Syrian Exchange over here, and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre here. Looks like a scout was murdered. It's Tactical Doll scout. Now you may ask why that change was made. Well, in previous versions of this scenario, when cavalry can capture anything, what would happen a lot of the time is if the cavalry are able to get in, they just start running around, capturing all these little points, trying to lower the morale of the defenders like headless chickens, and then defenders have to try to like chase them around, which is like maybe interesting strategically, but kind of felt funny to deal with historically. And I'm not sure you had cavalry running around in great cities really like capturing. First of all, how would they capture a tower? They would have to dismount. Now, I don't know how to like create a dismount ability unless somehow is able to like clone. I don't know, it's just very difficult to do some sort of a weird dismount ability. So instead of doing that, cavalry can't capture these towers, because it's like, how are they going to go up these stairs inside these buildings? So that's the thinking. Pendragon is doing his favorite thing. He's going outside the city with a relatively strong force. Cheap infantry supported by elite knights. He's gathering his forces, planning to make an attack. Dominic is having none of that. We sort of know that the defenders kind of like doing that. Leto is raiding my villagers. It's pissing me off. Kind of annoyed. But we are concerned about Pendragon's forces. So like this is what Pendragon sees. Alright. We got a big engagement here. This is a nice battle. This is what the attackers see. So you got Leto, Pendragon, and Tactical Doll making an attack here. Meanwhile, Pendragon going on around the side to attack Darth Nox over on the west. Defender's west flank, attacker's right. The big engagement here on the center is still happening. Wow. That's a pretty big field battle. Now, spearmen are good. It's just that swordsmen are better than spearmen in open battle. But in close range battles, spearmen are really good. So, Pendragon was able to destroy the supply depot of Darth Nox. Now, what happens there is Darth Nox will instantly lose 1,000 food, plus a slow trickle of food lost until he redeploys the supply depot. So that's that hurts. You know, food is hard to come by. There's not going to be any more trading in the future versions, so you don't want to lose your food, basically. The only way you could gain food is if your allies can spare food and then give it to you. Now, in this version, the market hasn't been disabled yet, so the defenders are able to gain food if they buy it. But in future versions, they're not going to be able to do that, so they have to be a little more careful with their troops and throwing them away, because throwing it away like this is actually very detrimental. You can see that the food comes back very slowly, and now they just lost a whole bunch of stuff without being able to gain it back in any way, really. You can see that Dominic and I have lost food, but, you know, we have a much higher rate of gaining food than the defenders. So it's okay. So in future versions, you have to really be careful about conserving your men. Now, since only infantry can capture points, that may mean it could be easier to defend points because infantry is slow. And so attackers... Oh no. Tactical Doll is destroying the command tent. Unfortunately for Tactical Doll, this can easily be rebuilt. It's only 15 wood. And there's no longer any morale loss from losing that. So this is... Oh. Let's go back to in the game because looks like Captain Age had a problem. So anyway, there's no morale loss from losing the command tent like that. So anyway, the whole point of the map, if you haven't ever played this yet or have never watched the YouTube video, is the attackers have 45 minutes to try to lower defender morale down to 0. And that's either through killing, which is the slowest way, or capturing important points. And the defenders will have a very hard time lowering attacker morale down to 0 because they either have to lower attacker morale down to 0 by also doing better in battle, or like starving the attackers out. So it's almost impossible now to like defeat the attackers just by morale. So anyway, it's nighttime. So this is what the defenders can see. So nighttime, you can't see your allies. You can only see what your own units can see. And on top of that, oh my god, look at all this. I'm losing a lot of elite cavalry here. That's unfortunate. Oh boy. Looks like the general is also killed. Darth Nox lost the general. That will respawn later. But anyway, at nighttime, only lasts until 5 in the morning. 1 hour in the game is 1 minute in real life. So it's only 8 minutes long. It's from 9 to 5. And you can't see your allies, and your line of sight is much lower at nighttime. So like, for example, this is what Pendragon can see. So you can't see his allies, so nighttime's a little scarier. Now the general is useful at nighttime because he has a pretty good line of sight at night, so you kind of want to keep him alive for that reason. On top of that, your regular spear levies and regular swordsmen will attack faster. Alright. Looks like Leto is losing a few of his knights for nothing. Basically free. I mean, he is killing... It's not worth it, losing these knights. You're gonna wanna, in the newest version, you're gonna wanna keep your cavalry alive. Especially since food is so scarce. Now, Tactical Doll is doing a good move here. He's moving at night to raid. Raid our stuff. Which is super annoying. A good choice of using light cavalry, they're fast. And they do a pretty good job of destroying cheap buildings like archery ranges and barracks. Leto is still scouting around. Dominykas is making a side base. One of his favorite tactics, or more like strategies. Tactical Doll is really attacking me. I'm not sure I even noticed this. I finally noticed it. I'm trying to send some reinforcements. Trying to send some of my heavier cavalry, medium cavalry, and heavy cavalry. But he does notice and then runs away. He has a better line of sight than I do, so I kind of lose sight of him, so I don't know where he's going. So you can see the power of nighttime. He's just faster. So light cavalry is simply faster. I assume he's over here, but like I can't see where he's going. So, you know, raiding at night is pretty useful. Not to mention, you know, we don't have line of sight with these walls because they're owned by Gaia, not the players. It's kind of realistic in that regard. Which is also why you have to be careful. Oh my god, how did this guy get in? Because you also don't have line of sight of these walls as well as a defender. And you don't have line of sight of the towers because they belong to your ally, the city, which is the defender garrison. Dominic has made like a mini siege tower attack here. It's not gonna do much. Not sure, maybe it's just to keep them on their toes. That might be the thinking. Thankfully, spearmen have one range, so they can actually take down the siege towers. They're actually also blocking the entrance here, so I'm not sure they can even, like, hop over. So this is Dominic's point of view. Looks like he's sending another battering ram. Tactical Doll still being annoying. He's destroying a bunch of cheap barracks units. Meanwhile, I've begun a massive siege camp to try to attack this Foster of the Magdalene. They should really be trying to repair it. The siege tower is brought down. These knights are doing really good work. These Imperial Knights can slaughter cheap units very easily. Dominic still trying to make some mini attacks. Sending his battering rams over, probably to take down the Zion Gate. And we just noticed that Tactical Doll has been destroying a lot of our barracks, which is so annoying. I'm sending some reinforcements. The Apostle of the Magdalene finally goes down. And I've been using attack ground, so they don't know the exact location of where my trebuchets are. They're firing without being seen. And now the posture of the Tanners have been captured by Dominic. He's making an attack on the south. It is daytime, so now they can see what's actually happening. It's a big reveal for the defenders. Now this is a good distracting attack. They're killing the stone gathering. Villagers are evacuating. Tactical Doll finally getting caught out. Maybe being distracted, pulling back. And now we've created a breach where the postern of the Magdalene once was. Pendragon sending some Imperial Knights supported by Spearmen. Or Spearmen supported by Imperial Knights, which is another very good. This group, because of the Imperial Knights, can kill all of this very easily. Very easily. Because the Imperial Knights surge forward while the Spearmen hang back because of their one range. Now they're gonna make short work of these guys. At this point, I'm getting ready for my main attack. I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trebuchets now. Trying to take out the corner tower to remove some morale, but now they're recapturing these southern points. Like I said, only infantry can capture points, so they're recapturing it as well. You notice this isn't really taking too much damage from the archers, from the towers. It's because it's protected by the wall, because the way projectiles work in this game is projectiles are affected by anything. So if they hit a tree, the unit's behind the tree, and they're trying to hit the unit, they'll hit the tree before they hit the unit. So that's what's happening here. They're hitting the wall before they're hitting the siege tower. So you can actually take cover behind walls if you're afraid of enemy archers or crossbowmen. That's one of the unique things about this. Oh, Tactical Doll being super good with his light cavalry, wreaking havoc. Being very, it's kind of being everywhere. This is good. This is keeping Dominic on his toes. He just has to make sure he doesn't lose these guys. It's very good. I do catch one of Leto's light cavalry out in the open. One more hit, but I think he might get away. The northeastern tower has been destroyed. Now I'm trying to expand and make the breach bigger. Somehow, there must have been a sneak attack from Dominic. But this gate is under heavy attack. If we took a look at the resources, Tactical Doll is the only one with a good amount of stone. He should be repairing things. Could have repaired this, but must have been distracted by the raids. I'm just keeping men here. Now, what the defenders could have done, if I think about it, is have just a good bunch of archers here. Keep these back. That would have been, that would have helped. What the attackers could have done is also have archers here. Keep these guys under attack, because now that there's no defensive structures, they'll automatically start attacking the actual units, and that would make good work. My merchant's over here trying to spy. Doing a good job. Here comes Tactical Doll. Might lose all his light cavalry, finally. We'll see. I believe the light cavalry will lose this battle. So now the harassing force of Tactical Doll, or TMP, I think he likes to be called TMP, is gone. Dominykas is distracting Leto. It's very effective, to be honest. Almost takes down David's Gate. And he did take down Zion Guide. I didn't even notice that happen. Very effective distractions. But now the main attack from my force is coming. I am Turks. We're supposed to be mostly cavalry, but we can at least make the crappiest infantry, and that's what I use a lot of. Now we've got a battle at the breach. It's D-Day, people. Let's see what the this is going. So we got 190, 200 population here versus almost 200 here. So it's kind of a even match. Plus there's some knights mixed in. They're getting killed though, so this is a pretty intense battle. This is we're trying to get into the breach. This is where spearmen shine. Now what I should have done was pull back, lure the spearmen out, and then fire again. These guys are good. This is a good thing, except these guys are being protected, mostly. Anyone who's right by the wall is being protected. But this wall has been damaged enough to where like they're not really getting a lot of cover from it. Now this is probably what's really affecting this battle. All of the archers there. We do have a couple units from Dominyk spying over here. This is the breach battle right here. Pendragon waiting for his turn to protect the breach. What really would have helped would have been like if the siege towers were here to help make flanking attacks on the sides. But if we look at the food, starting to run low on food while the defenders are fairly good on food, so they can keep up production. Which is reflected in the units. So I'm still rebuilding. So this is kind of like a grind. And the grind is going in favor of the defenders because of the mix of Imperial Knights. There are no equivalents on the Ayubid side for this. The other players can make Mamluks, but I don't see any Mamluks in this battle. Dominyk is making another camp here to threaten. Leto should probably move this huge amount of units towards the front because the threat is just not big enough down here. You should recognize that the threat is over here in the breach and really protect that. Especially with Leto at 6,000 food. Something I need to let players know is that you don't want to reach 6,000 food. You want to be at, you know, using your food, like especially because you can't go beyond 6,000 food as a defender. You see how he's not getting any more? He should be either giving it to his allies or spending it himself, or both. But once you hit 6,000 food, that's like a bad sign because that's basically you could have been gaining food, but you're not. So that's unfortunate that that's happening. On top of that, he's at 126 out of 200, so he's finally spending some food, so he's gonna start earning food again. But that was a long time of not doing anything with his food. You can see Tactical Doll badly needs the food. He's been fighting a lot. Here comes Dominyk with a siege tower. I would be so bold as to say that this is the only map that I know, or scenario, where siege towers are very, very useful and critical, actually, in sieges. Because walls take so long to take down, their armor is so high, it's actually higher than this, you can't really see it, that siege equipment have such a difficult time taking it down. So like either you use battering rams to take out gates, or mangonels and trebuchets to take out gates, or you hop over and get your siege towers to capture the gates or stuff, or like enter the city or make flanking attacks. So like if there are siege towers here, they could really help with this attack. But I smell blood, and now I can see that the breach is really thinning. Tactical Doll is out of gas, and no one's... I don't think that the defenders are communicating too much. Otherwise, Leto could have been giving food to Tactical Doll, because he needs it. And now Pendragon is also needing his food. So that's unfortunate on the side of the defenders. So that is a problem. Trading is... I mean, tributes are still allowed. You can still exchange tributes. But this is what I was talking about. Kasaki. The Kasaki are the only medium infantry that the Ayabids have. They don't have elite infantry, they have medium infantry. And this is their best match against the knights of the defenders. They are good though, because they do have anti-cavalry. It's just that, I mean, this is they're really good. You can't really engage it with any elite cavalry. You have to engage it with infantry or archers. But they do block 3 ranged attacks. So the only thing you can like engage it and win against it is like elite knights or other medium infantry. Elite knights will, like a group of elite knights will easily destroy them. And medium infantry will be evenly matched against them. By medium infantry, I mean like sergeants. Different kinds of sergeants. Oh, but cavalry cannot capture defensive structures, but like I said, they can capture the Church of the Holy Sepulchre or the Syrian Exchange or the Dome of the Rock. And so I sent all my cavalry, my heavy cavalry over here. I saw that it was not protected, only by a few spearmen, and now the defenders lost 15% morale instantly, and now they're gonna slowly tick down with morale. And this little amount of spearmen is not gonna be enough to take it back. Leto is too focused on defending over here. There's no one coming here. This man should be going and helping. He should be making more. That's not what's happening though. Tactical Doll is trying to take out this base and the threat over here. And now we've got a battle against the Kasaki. The spearmen will not defeat this Kasaki. The Kasaki are too good. He needs these elite knights, but there's just not enough of them. But now there's a lot of units over here, so these Kasaki will slowly be worn down. Now they're trying to take this back, but you can see that the morale is really going down now, because infantry is starting to go around the city and capture these things. So the archers can't capture these points, but these melee infantry can capture these points. You see the archers are not capturing it, but once the melee infantry get here, if they get here, there, that's when they get captured. Now this threat is very serious. This group, I don't see a lot of spearmen in this group, will not be able to defeat this. You need a lot of spearmen to do that. Tactical Doll was able to end the threat over here on the Mount of Olives. He's doing more raiding, he's doing the best he can. He's doing some shift click, trying to interfere with Dominykas' wood line. Maybe to hopefully divert forces away. But, oh, I don't even know where Gray's general died. Now there are some spearmen, but it's 26 little spearmen versus, oh my gosh, like a lot. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna kill the spearmen. I'm gonna kill the spearmen. And this might also not be enough. Like, I really wanted to hold this this point. So I'm willing to lose a lot of elite cavalry in exchange for defender morale. And so even though you're not supposed to take engagements against spearmen, I think it's worth it. And we do win. We're taking down a lot of infantry here. And Dominyk is keeping these forces engaged and distracted. And I'm trying to bring my battering ram to bear. But the defender morale is already at 3%. It's really going down. I believe the defenders will lose any second, and that's it. That's game. Okay. Let us see what the stats are. Dominykas has the highest amount of kills in this battle. He really did well, apparently. Wonder what it was. He was going around with the infantry. Oh, that's probably what made them win. Just to capturing all these little points. So, running around the map, capturing points is going to be slower, but it's still possible, as evidenced by Dominykas running with infantry instead of cavalry. But at least it's not like headless chickens where you can't reach them because it's like light cavalry running around super fast, or medium cavalry and with heavy cavalry. And archers can't capture things. But yeah, just an overwhelming attack, and I believe that the defenders would have won if, well, not would have won, but like would have done much better. How did Leto get to 6,200? Ooh, that's interesting. But the defenders would have done much better if Leto was able to give gold. Well, not even gold. Give food and spend food to his give food to his allies, tribute and spend food. And divert. Oh, it looks like he's only moving now. Divert this huge amount of forces towards the main front. Because Dominic was not making any units from the southern front. Attackers basically just it was a pretty straightforward attack. Dominic was doing a lot of the distraction. If Dominic didn't make distractions, Leto probably would have been on the front, but so that would have been good. Dominykas did really killed a lot. I'm not actually sure how he did that. Maybe it was the archers. Might have been the archers. I mean, let's look at the stats again. Yeah, Pendragon lost a lot. Tactical Doll lost a lot. Leto, it looks like, based on this, was not very active in the battle. And that's because most of the forces were in the south, so... it was entertaining, though. I don't believe it was a waste. I hope you guys found that entertaining as well. And I'll see you in the next one.